Hello and welcome, Year 10 Triple Scientists, back to the Plant 2 topic. Today's lesson we are looking at the question, do plants need soil to survive? So, at the top of your page, please can you make sure you've got your driving question written down and underlined. This helps keeps our notes organised and neat. The keywords for today's lesson are ions, deficiency, minerals, limiting factor, nitrogen, phosphates, magnesium, nitrates, chlorosis, stunted, and chlorophyll. Okay, we'll probably recognise most of these words before, perhaps not chlorosis. This is, we'll look into that in a bit more detail in a minute, but that's basically when plants go yellow. So they change colour, they should be green, but they've gone yellow. Deficiency is one of the most important keywords for today's lesson, as the whole thing is about deficiencies, which is when you don't have enough of something. So in this case, it's ion deficient or mineral deficient. So ions are like atoms, except they're charged. They could be like a part of a molecule that's charged, and these tend to be, in this case, useful ones that the plants need for growth. And if they are deficient, we're going to have a look at the disease that's caused by that. And I think we'll go through the rest when we get there. Okay, you'll see this slide come up again and again, and it's just saying why are we learning this. Almost every ecosystem and animal, including humans, depends on plants for energy. By understanding how plants work, we can improve the yield of crops and help protect our environments. Right. Already forget about that. Right. Does this onion plant need soil to grow? Well, that's a good question. Obviously not. So what we're doing is we're tackling the question to start with. So the driving question straight away. Is it possible for plants to grow without soil? Well, the answer is yes, but to an extent. Now, an onion has got loads of sugar stored inside its bulb. That's what we eat. That's why we eat it, because it's full of sugar. And so it's got some stored energy. But eventually, there will be a limit to this. And that is because, and you may have seen this written on the side of some plant fertilizers, that plants need more than just water. Eventually, it won't be able to grow anymore. And the reason for that is because water does not contain the ions that the plants require for growth. So not only do plants need light and watering, but they also need some mineral ions from the soil, and just water won't do. What do plants need in order to grow? Well, yes, they need water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide from the air. And they do this for photosynthesis. They use that to make glucose, which is the point, but also oxygen, which is a byproduct. We've seen this slide before. So without photosynthesis, a plant cannot grow. But this is not the whole picture. It isn't just water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide, as you might kind of guess, doing the trilogy content. But now you're triple scientists, we need to go in a bit more detail. They need other things too. Although plants can produce their own carbohydrates, they need other substances to grow. They must take in some minerals from the soil in order to make proteins and fats so they can survive. The essential plant minerals include nitrogen, calcium, magnesium, and phosphates. This is all that you need to remember, but it is a memory game, really. Nitrogen, calcium, like we need calcium in milk, you may have heard that before. Magnesium, which is that metal, actually, that you put in fireworks, it's the one that burns really brightly and white, and phosphates as well. There are actually 13 different minerals needed in total, but we only need to know these 4. And we're going to go through detail why they need them. So, because this is the plant disease topic, we're going to look at this in the context of actually the disease caused by not having enough of these. So, yes, we know that the plants need them, but what happens if the plant doesn't get enough? Nitrates are used to make amino acids. These are the building blocks of proteins. To produce enzymes, to make DNA, and to make hormones, all of these are proteins, and we know proteins are made of amino acids. And amino acids are made of nitrogen or nitrates? If a plant is deficient in nitrates, then the older leaves will tend to turn yellow and die, and growth is stunted. Of course, growth is going to be stunted if the plant can't produce enzymes or hormones or any more DNA. Cannot grow anymore. Very important to have nitrates. Next, calcium. In the middle of plant cells, calcium bonds with pectin to form calcium pectate. This substance holds the plant cells together, literally keeps them together. Calcium also affects the permeability of membranes. So, what's allowed in and what's allowed out of the cells might actually change. Plants lacking calcium have young leaves that are yellow and crinkly, and they die back to the growing points. So, yellow, crinkly leaves, and they cannot pass things in and out of their cells as well. What does a magnesium deficiency look like? Well, magnesium is essential for producing enzymes in chlorophyll. Right, we recognize chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment inside plants, and without it, the sun's energy can't be trapped. It is also needed in the production of nucleic acids for DNA. So magnesium is really important. A lack of magnesium causes the leaves to turn yellow and the growth to slow down. A yellowing of leaves is called chlorosis. 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 And phosphates. These are required for energy release and respiration. They are also needed as part of DNA. And the plants deficient in phosphate have dark green leaves this time, with purple veins and stunted growth. So pretty much all of the symptoms are stunted growth, or can't grow properly. But you need to know what they're needed for and what will happen to each of them. So that was a lot of information that I just dropped on you there. Now it's time to quickly see if we can remember it. I'd like you to match the mineral to the symptom when deficient. Pause the video, and again on a scrap piece of paper perhaps, you could just write 1, 2, 3, 4 and connect them to A, B, C or D. Have a read of the boxes, pause the video, we'll go through the answers when we come back. Okay, welcome back. Here are your answers. So nitrate deficient will mean that it cannot make amino acids, which would lead to stunted growth and yellow or dead leaves. Being magnesium deficient, we know magnesium is essential for chlorophyll, so there will be chlorosis and slowed growth. Phosphates are needed for respiration, and the leaves go dark green with purple veins and stunted growth. And calcium makes young leaves go yellow and crinkly, and the plants will die back at the growing points. Right, again, quick test of your knowledge. Chlorosis. Chlorosis is caused by what? And pause the video and just decide, is it A, B, C or D? Okay, the answer is A. A lack of magnesium means chlorophyll doesn't have the enzymes required. There we are. Why does chlorophyll need magnesium ions? Well, photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that makes sugars the plants need for growth, repair, and respiration. Photosynthesis occurs in chlorophyll, and chloroplasts are green. The enzymes in chlorophyll that helps photosynthesis contains magnesium. Okay, so there's some logical steps so you can draw some conclusions of why it needs magnesium. Without magnesium, there are no enzymes in chlorophyll. Without working chlorophyll, the plant cannot make sugars, and without sugars, the plant cannot grow. Right, think, pair, share time. Now would be the time in the lesson where I would ask you to turn to your neighbour and actually discuss the answer to this question. But unfortunately, we are not in the lab, so I would like you to get up out of your chair and go and find somebody and offload this information to them. It could be a parent, it could be a pet, it could be your neighbour, it could be brother or sister, it could be literally anybody. Okay, why does chlorophyll need magnesium ions? Go tell someone the answer to this. Hopefully you might have a good conversation about plant disease. Good luck, I'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back, Year 10. Hopefully you've just had a nice conversation about chlorophyll and the impact of magnesium deficiency on it. Well, here's my step-by-step kind of logic to this. Without enough magnesium ions, fewer enzymes can be made. So there are fewer functional chloroplasts. So photosynthesis is reduced. So less carbohydrates are produced. So growth is slowed. This will also cause the leaves to go yellow. Make sense? So step by step there. Right, now it's time for the writing phase of today's lesson. Underneath the driving question, you have got four questions really to answer. So you've got the describe, explain, use, and combine. Can I ask you to pause the lesson, give yourself about 10 to 15 minutes, and answer these questions one by one? Okay, please can you label them describe, explain, use, and combine? Yes, good luck, Year 10. Okay, welcome back, Year 10, Triple Scientists. Let's go through some answers for these then. Right, so again, please can you grab yourself a green pen? If you do not have a green pen, just use any other colour, that'd be fine. The important thing is that you're giving yourself ticks when you have got stuff right. And if you're missing any information, now is the time to put that in. Okay, name the ions needed by the plant. Well, those are magnesium, nitrates, phosphates, and calcium. Explain why plants need magnesium ions and nitrate ions. Well, magnesium is for chlorophyll and nitrates for building proteins. Explain how stunted growth or chlorosis can be caused. Well, stunted growth could be caused by a lack of magnesium. Chlorophyll is affected, so no photosynthesis. Nitrates, lack of nitrates could mean that there's not enough, not able to build proteins. And phosphates mean you can't build up DNA for cell division or respiration. And chlorosis is caused by a lack of magnesium for chlorophyll, which is a green pigment, so there's a loss of that green colour. And then finally, can you explain why chlorophyll requires magnesium ions? Well, the enzymes in chlorophyll that are responsible for trapping sunlight require magnesium ions. Well done if you've gone into any more detail into either photosynthesis or, I suppose, enzymes, and the fact that it needs these biological catalysts to keep going. Fantastic work, Year 10. Right, as always, today you need to write your today I've achieved sentence at the end of your work. So please can you write today I've achieved a describe, explain, use or combine, depending on what you can do. Following that, can you write because I can and use these white boxes to fill in what you can do now. Okay, thank you so much for your work today, Year 10. Pause the video now, write your today I've achieved sentence. When you come back, I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. Remember, on your Show My Homework, you've got a Show My Homework quiz. This is just a 10-question quiz. You need to complete this. This will show us that you have done the work today, but also will be a nice reminder of the information. Lots of information today. Unfortunately, it's just going to have to be a memorizing game, really, with this one. Okay, good luck with your revision, Year 10, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.